Good
Say what's
question.
up to people, Shamir.
What's up, the people, Shamir? How
Come
y'all
on, man.
doing?
Come on, man.
What's up, the people, Shamir? Oh shit, Rashad's in here. Hi, Rashad. Hi, Mom. Hi, Jamal. What's up, y'all? How's it going now? My name is Shamir Spencer. I am here getting lifted. So let's get it started.
All right, let's get
How
it
you doing, man?
started. Good, man. Good. Just getting
How's
things.
New York?
New York is fabulous. How are you down there?
It's interesting. It's like semi-quiet. You know, there's like some noise here and there. You know, but it's still quarantine-ish.
Quarantine-ish. Yeah, just like
Hmm.
everyone else. All right, so
Yeah.
let's start this interview.
All right.
So, where are you from?
Space, man. No, actually, I was County Hospital. I was born in Brooklyn, New York,
Brooklyn, New
75.
York.
Yes, sir.
All right. What was life like in New York?
From the 70s to about 91, crazy. I'm actually glad I lived. Honestly, yo. That shit was crazy. I mean, but at the same time, yo, I was in between like Long Island and Brooklyn. So I was like,
Okay.
born in Marcy, went to Clinton Hills, Fort Greene, then went to Long Island, then to Bed-Stuy, and then I left, and then went back later on. Of course, you know that part.
What was your most memorable times in New York as a young person growing up there?
Well, you sticking to the book, aren't you, man?
Mm-hmm.
This is like it's like Alexa and shit. Like Alexa, tell me about something about my life. Okay. Memorable times, honestly. I don't know, man. There's a lot. There's one actually from my friend from Canada who has his juice company called Genya Juice. He just passed away. You know. So knowing him growing up, meeting Brother Jay and meeting Cool G Rap through my science school teacher.
Wow.
Getting jumped always was a good memorable experience. It taught you how to like not get your ass or get jumped anymore. So that was good. I don't know, man. It was funny, man. Like I have like old friends, like my boy James. The first time going to the studio where I didn't make the beat, but I found the same sample that Marley Marl used for the symphony, and
Yeah.
took it to the studio and everything, and I made this whack ass song. But my science teacher Steve Bex heard it, and he was like, "Who made the beat?" And I was like, "I guess I did." He was like, "I like the beat, but the lyrics are whack." I'm like, "Oh."
Wow.
So I went back and we did it again, and he was like, "You sound like LL Cool J." I was like, "Oh."
Well, that's a compliment.
Oh.
What are your favorite cities in New York?
Boroughs,
Yeah.
areas, best stuff, always best stuff.
That's
Because growing up in Brooklyn in that time period, Fort Greene was cool, but it was too dangerous. So Bed-Stuy was kind of like a good combination of just people. So Bed-Stuy had the dopest block parties going on. I mean, it was interesting. It was more like it reminded me of DC. How my dad said we moved to DC, much
right.
like brownstones. Except we had row houses, we had brownstones in New York. Yeah, it was cool.
That's what's up. When did you first become an MC? When did you know,
But when did I know?
yeah.
I thought I knew when I wrote that damn. Actually, no, let's go back. 12 years old, junior high school. I was living in Long Island for about a couple of years, and I was at junior high school, and these Haitian dudes was fucking doing the whole on the table shit. And so somebody said, "Go Shamir, go Shamir," and then one Haitian dude was like, "Imagine if Shamir rapped," and everybody started laughing. And I was like, "Yeah, imagine if I rap," So then I tried to get when I was 14 in high school. Then when I actually went to college in '93 in South Carolina, I met Nice, this dude Nat who does movies now, Scar. Basically, they were called the North Tribe. I met them, and they got me into freestyling, and that's when I had came to DC that summer of '94 and met Super Nigga, Quiz, Ray, Omega Ray, whatever, and met Zach for the first time, and Quicksilver. And that's when I really got more into it. I went back to college the following semester and told Nice and Scar, like, yo, I was in D.C., man. I was just battling. I was battling at Howard, so that's when I got into it. And then, of course, when I came to D.C. and met the Freestyle Union, got me more into the actual art of it. That's when I began to, have more cats around me who can, really, especially freestyle. So I got more into it then.
Right. Who are your inspirations in New York to become an MC before you came to North Carolina, D.C.?
Brother J.
Brother J
X-Clan,
from X-Clan.
Yeah, Brother J, Kwame, Kane, Heavy D, and the boys. Come on, man. I can't think of his name right now. Intelligent Hoodlum.
Tragedy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And LL Cool J, of course.
Wow. That's amazing.
But definitely Brother J, because Brother J was always performing at my high school, Boys and Girls Academy, out back or on weekends and everything.
So you met Brother J while you were in school?
Yeah, I met him when I was 15.
Wow.
Because when I was going to Boys and Girls High School, it was always X-Clan behind the in the football field doing that whole Zoom thing. The speakers out there and everything is like Zoom, Zoom. They'd be deep.
So wait, was it before? Were they X-Clan already at that time? Okay.
Yeah. Because that was my shit. And I ain't gonna lie too. At some point, my cousin Greg got me into Tribe and De La Soul. About 15 years old also.
Right.
But
right.
I was just so much into X-Clan because I saw them all the time, and they don't really realize that Brother J used to battle back in the day. So seeing him battle too was cool. He had this whole he had this Black Power joint, but he used to battle, so it was dope. It was really dope.
That's awesome, man. That is awesome.
So that made me want to rap.
DC?
Man, I've lived in DC multiple times throughout my life since I was born. It was always between New York to either Charles County or New York to Waldorf or New York to DC, back and forth, to Rockville, back and forth to New York. I finally came back for good in the first time for good in 95, or when I met the Freestyle Union and you guys and everything. And when I came back after college, I was just like, let me go somewhere safe, somewhere where it's easy to actually, live, because that time DC was cheap and very easy to live in, so came back here. Plus my mom was here too at that time.
Okay. So that's what made you move back and forth. Which part of DC have you lived in, or?
Well, Jay just reminded me yesterday when Jay came by. I forgot I was living on Mississippi Avenue Southeast. I forgot about that. I mean, I forgot the street, but I recall the experiences. Marbury Plaza on over in Southeast also. Euclid Street for a little bit with Jamal, Trevor, Aaron, Yusef. I can't forget Yusef. Pretty much mostly I would say what we now call Petwood Columbia Heights and Anacostia-ish.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Things have changed, huh?
Yes, it's safe. I can smoke weed outside now, which is cool too. This is actually kind of dope. It's like cops pass by. I'm like, this is crazy.
That's what's up.
There's more fireworks than guns.
Right. What are the changes that you've noticed from now till since you moved? Like in DC in general. Yes.
All right, well, first of all, U Street is a whole fucking different crazy-ass show right now. That shit is like the place you don't want to go if you're a certain age or been around for a long time. That's one thing. It's very, very, very Caucasian-ish. Not going to say white. It's very 2000 now-ish, It's like skinny jeans. Everybody is everything, from cherry trees to pickup trucks. They're whatever they want to be. It's a new world. There's like a bunch of rooftop patios and decks. There's no more ciphers. There's one hip hop club, Lounge of 3. Yeah, it's interesting. It's just different, man. I haven't seen face in a long time, so that's another thing that's changed. Tour buses go to Ben Chili Bowl with a bunch of Europeans getting out, because it became an historic, whatever location years ago for DC. So that's also a tour destination. There's a lot more, but I don't want to go too far into it. It's just I don't want to get mad at me and shit. But DC changed, man.
U
Nah, 'cause
Street
somebody
has
gonna get
changed.
mad. Yeah, U Street changed a whole lot. Like Black Broadway is more like Grand Central White Station. I don't know, man. It's weird. It's cool.
Yeah, man.
I don't go there anymore.
Okay.
I don't go to U Street because I don't want anybody to recognize me, and I don't like being around that stuff. Honestly, I stayed Petworth, you know,
So,
or go
how
to
are you?
Northeast.
How are you introduced to the Amphibien Collective?
Freestyle Union.
Okay.
I met this woman on the train when I first came back to DC. That's when I had my staff and shit on the train, and then she introduced me to Phil, or Bridge, or SPD Methods, or SP Methods, I thought. And then I came to a cipher, and that's how I met you guys.
Wow.
Freestyle Union cipher. Yeah.
So let's elaborate on Freestyle Union. What was your experience like?
Well, that was my first time. So you gotta think, like, yeah, I did try rapping in junior high school in Long Island. I tried rapping in 14 high school in New York or in Brooklyn. And then I really got into the freestyle out of it. So I still wasn't ready. If I got into the freestyle out of it, you know, in South Carolina in '93. And even though I came back to DC for that summer of '94 and met Zach and all those other guys as well too, I still wasn't aware of what was out there. So I went back, you know, to South Carolina, and you know, we just kept building like, yo, we're gonna get dope, we're gonna get dope. All right, so I come to DC, like nigga, I'm walking up in there with a fucking staff, yo. So imagine what's going through my head, like dreadlocks and a staff, but probably a little sack on, who knows? And so you got to think, I'm probably thinking to myself like, yo, I'm about to be the most powerful motherfucker in here. So then I heard everybody rap, and I'm like, oh, these motherfuckers is dope. I saw Sub D go to one leg and come back up on his ankle. I saw John Moon rap. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Yo, these motherfuckers is ill. So I was like, well, I ain't going to be the best here tonight.
Well, your presence was known. I remember that day, actually.
That's only because of the staff, yo. Only because of the staff, man. Not for the rounds, the staff. It's like, yo, that nigga with the staff.
We're like, wow, he must have some mystical powers or something. Let's see what he's about.
Oh, man. That was just crazy, man. And it was dark in the copper house, too. And I came from the country of South Carolina to damn U Street back then. So I'm telling the kids right now, I'm telling the mosquitoes. But yeah, coming back from the country to the city back then, one of my first times going out and walking into a dark-ass place that was definitely Caribbean, Jamaican style shit, and then seeing you motherfuckers in a cipher and everybody rap better than me, I'm like, all right, let me go. You just hold on to the staff, man. It comes like a fly out of here.
And how did the Amphibens come to place?
See, I don't know the original route, and I don't want to make it up. I have an idea, but I know it was Claude Rashad, or definitely Khalil, Philly, and you. That's how I see what I see, but I don't know the whole thing. But truthfully, you guys just pretty much got us together and was like, man, I can't say it. Fuck it, we better than them. You know, like let's just do our own thing, man. You know, we dope.
I think it was just like gathering like ciphers and stuff outside Georgetown, U Street.
So we was doing our own thing.
Yeah, man.
We were doing what we were doing, and I don't want to go into the other part, but yeah, you know, I had reasons for becoming an amphibian. I had my reasons.
All right.
So, no typos.
Name all your aliases. I know you got a lot of aliases. Go ahead.
Nah, just Shamir. When I met you guys, I was using Capacity U. That's what I was using in college. Capacity U. And I was trying to, I used that for the first song I did when I came in that time period with Zach out in Maryland.
Come on, man. I know you got more aliases.
No, I mean, just like
tapes, the freestyle tapes will show one day, reveal.
I probably never used his name. I mean, Disco Man. I mean, that's one of the things, you know. But Disco Man died, man. You know, that dude had like, you know, he had to go to the hospital and everything. So we put him out of commission. I mean, unless Jay can revive him or something. Disco Man, I can't even do Disco Man anymore. You know, it's tough. My ways have changed, man. Like it'd be like disco man off drugs.
Right.
I don't have random sex. I don't sleep. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm not sexy anymore. Look at my chest.
So we're not going to hear a future Disco Man album anytime soon.
Uh, Unless I can bulk up before quarantine is over. Yeah. Wait, Ghost said I battled him as Verbal Skeleton. I battled Ghost. That's funny.
What does WOLM stand for?
World of Light Media.
What's the
Unlike
concept
some folks in
behind that
DC
name?
who put shows and put World of Light music. So World of Light Media, World of Light came from me moving to College Park for about a year, and I had just gotten back in touch with Nice. This is like 2008. And I had just found Nice via internet. I haven't seen Nice probably since I came to DC in like 95, 96. So we were talking already, and I had gone to see him in Philly, him and Scar in Philly. So then I came back, and I was going to the store, whatever, and I was walking back, and I had this song in my head. And the song was actually write this song for my mother. And it was like kind of like a gospel-ish or just an uplifting song, you know, like, and it was called World of Light. So Nice had made this song that we probably will never find, or I might be able to find one day, that had did called World of Light. So then he lost the song, and so I just started saying World of Light so much. And then I was like, let me just add media to it. And the plan was for it to be an actual, like, I don't want to say media company, but a way to help younger artists get their stuff out there. Because my goal was to learn about this stuff first myself, and then be able to have the tools and know how to actually help artists of all types, whether they be music, whether they be dance, whether they be, you know, visual. You know, I just wanted to help them get out there. But I wanted to learn how to do it so I can do it properly. What happened was on SoundCloud, because we was putting that under our name, people thought it was a group.
Wow.
So the Germans, some cats in Germany and in the UK, Piece of XP, pretty much began to know us as World of Light. You know, so that's how the whole thing happened.
You met Nice. Where did you meet Nice at? You met Nice before you came to DC, right?
Yeah, I met Nice in Columbia, South Carolina, Benedict College, 1993.
Were you
I
guys
met him my first day.
Were you a group then?
We were all pretty much a group. All right, so bang. I get to college, first day in college campus by myself, like no one. My mom's dropped me there? Yeah. So I got Mom gotta ask that question. You drove me there? All right, cool. She drove me there. All right, so I get there, bang. Mom's gone. Now I get to meet the cats out there in front of my dorm. It's a bunch of wild motherfuckers. Like, these dudes is like, you know, crazy. It's like, cause guys, this is like Wu-Tang-ish days, like just as it came out. And I haven't been in New York in about a year before that, or a year and a half before that. And these guys are fresh out of New York, Jersey, and Philly. So, of course, I'm like, that's my style. So I go to them, and everybody there raps. Natural Langdon, who does, he did Both for Brownsville recently, and he did another joint too called Nikita. He produces movies and directs movies now and everything. He was the first person I met, the most wildest cat. Nice, Scar, a lot of cats, man. Falcone, you know, a lot of cats. Parlay Pat, and so it was like 10 of us, 10 or 11 of us. And that first day, we just went down to a different campus. We walked from our campus to the University of South Carolina, and they had a block party going on. And these guys see a band playing, and they bum rush the stage. Then all of a sudden, they start rapping on stage with the band. I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? And then they start stage diving, and people are catching them. I'm like, yo, this shit is dope. I want to freestyle. So that's how I met, you know, Nice and everything.
And when did you become WOLM?
WOLM happened in probably 2010.
2010.
Yeah.
Okay, so you two became a group.
We became a collective. The real group is called Two Skinny Black Guys. That's the real group.
Oh, okay.
But however, until we can establish the brand of WOLM, we can't really do anything Two Skinny Black Guys. That's how I feel, at least. Maybe I'm wrong.
Let's talk about your time abroad. What was your most memorable moments, and where were you? Time abroad, man.
That's a lot.
Well, tell people where you moved to first. where
Doing
you
this.
traveled to?
All right, so I've been to at least, and it was only for 2 years, like off and on. Like I went 2013 for 2 months, 2013, and 2014 for 1 month. So combined, it's been Germany, stuff like Leipzig, Dresden, of course Berlin. I did manage to actually make it. I forgot. Düsseldorf or something like that. Of course Amsterdam. Thanks to Renell for that. Uh, Denmark. The first time Denmark didn't work out because of the fact that I think it was with Quest Love or something like that. The label had booked that tour, and he canceled, so we didn't do it that year. But I had managed to like get information and book a small show in that same place the following year. Austria. Yeah, as far as like overseas,
Okay.
pretty much it. Like did it 2 years.
Were you
It was
signed?
fun.
Well, go
Hmm?
ahead. Go ahead.
Most memorable times was probably just the second show in Leipzig, which was a really small show. No. There's two, and both were in Leipzig. Well, there's probably three actually. I'll give you my favorite three.
Okay.
My favorite one was the Amsterdam show. It was my first show ever overseas. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm with these guys in Germany. They don't really know me. I don't really know them, but we know each other through the internet. Anyway, the DJ is across from the stage, not even on the stage. My first time meeting the DJ, and we're gonna do our first show together. But now we're not sharing the stage. He's actually across from the stage. So he starts playing, and when I hear it, I feel a delay. For some reason, I don't know what it is. And I'm nervous as shit. I'm knocking my drink over. It's on the stage. I'm knocking it over. And I just pretty much rapped the whole show too fast. But no one knew what I was saying, so they liked it. That's one. Two was being at a show in Dresden and having a young kid come to me and saying that all he wanted was to have just one vinyl. And I really didn't know what that really meant until later on, like, how much you should value what you do. But he was just saying he just wanted to have one vinyl of himself. And he wanted to be just like me. He was like, you have vinyl, you're making music. I just want to have myself on one vinyl for me. And I'm like, yo, at first I was like, he's bugging. Then later on, like in life, I was like, I get it, man. It's valuing what you do. And then the other time was meeting Cool Keith.
Cool Keith.
I'll leave that one alone
Wow.
at that. I'll leave that one alone.
That's
Talk too much.
dope.
Leave it alone.
Like, you never know who you meet out there. So who did you work with out there? Did you meet
Out there, so MC wise, out there, it was mostly producers in Europe.
Okay.
Most of the MCs I work with are from like the East Coast. Most of them from like either Jersey or Virginia Beach. But MC wise, there's one, Phoenix Muhammad. He is in Leipzig with the Victimized Records. So yeah. But other than that, it was just producers really.
Right.
It was people like Shufflejack, Robot Orchestra, of course Rob Music. Rob Music is the other part of W.O.L.M.
Were you signed to a label?
Yeah, we just Victimized Records, Leipzig, Germany.
Okay. And how was that? How did you get? How were you introduced to this label, and what did you do for them?
We just made songs, put them on SoundCloud, and well, back then they had groups on SoundCloud. We can actually put the songs in groups. So, and then people who would moderate that group would actually hear it. And if that group was actually like a group that actually was, active, people would hear the songs and everything. So I guess because of I would say XP was one of the first cats to hear our stuff from overseas what I know of. Sorry, I'm in deep. Rob Music, D-Tunes, they were both in Germany. It was just people who was hearing stuff from Europe, because I guess the times I was posting also was weird, because in that time SoundCloud was a very active machine, and if you were a creator and if you was active in that system, motherfuckers would respond to you. So if you say if you said I love that snare, someone would say I love that voice, and then because most of them were producers, they would begin to ask me if they could remix the stuff, so Nice and I gave them their approval. For album we never put out really. And so then
Nice was out there with you at that time?
No, Nice was in Jersey. He would come down every week, or I would go up there like every couple of weeks to Jersey, or Philly actually at the time. But yeah, then RM Records heard us. Reed from RM Records heard us, and he reached out to us. and that's when they offered us distribution.
That's
That's what happened.
that's dope. How
And
was the
they
scene
gave us
out there?
better than America.
Elaborate on that. Why was it better than America?
Because the scene out there is hip hop.
Right.
You know, the scene in America, even at these local spots in every city, underground spots, whatever it is, it's hip hop, but it's not like that's hip hop. Like them people really love it.
So
I mean,
the shows were more than like 30 to 40 people at a regular hip hop show here.
not only that, it was equally as more women as there were men there. And within
Awesome.
that same thing, there was equally as many breakdancers there, and same thing with the more women and men. It was equally same people dancing, so it was different. That's why, like, that's the first place I understood where a producer can go there and just play and make money just for playing.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I met Robot Orchestra and Shufflejack. They can just go there and just set up their stuff on a big ass stage, and the stage, like big ass stage, like a Black Cat on not for the club stage, put up on my stage like that, and you pack. They just play
Wow.
beats. And I was like, this is crazy. And I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like, these people actually love hip hop. They have breakdance contests. What bugged me out was they have breakdance.
It was your hip hop crowd. You had your breakers, your probably like rap artists, everybody in one place.
MCs and everything. MCs, producers, everything, man. And just novice.
That's dope. Every
just
show was like
appreciation of the culture.
Was that like only in Germany or throughout Europe?
One show wasn't like that. The show in Dresden, Germany wasn't like that. It was a smaller place, and it was kind of like being at like Bar None. But that honestly, that show I had the most fun in, because Defect. So the DJ out there during that tour, the first tour was DJ Defect, and it was our first time working together. We never practiced. He just gave me advice. He helped with the tour as far as formatting the entire set later on. So Dresden, we just had fun because I was fucking up. Because that show was funny. I was sitting back and I heard them playing Diamond District, and I was like, yo, no one even knows me here. And right now they're playing like YU. Don't realize I know YU. That's dope. But that night we were drinking and smoking a lot because everything was free for us that night, and they gave us free stay. It was like a bar, club / hotel, so they gave us a free stay.
That's dope.
We got drunk that night, and by the time we went on, it was late. It was so much fun though.
It was fun.
It was so much fun. Yeah, we fucked some songs up, brought them back, did them right. Cut some songs off, went to a different song. It was fun, man. And the crowd was small, but they was just into it because I guess we were all drunk.
Right. What are your most memorable moments on U Street? Think about shows and events. U Street. Well, U Street when it was U Street.
Nyala, there's one event, and I don't want to say names, but somebody was actually forced to, not forced, but they pretty much stopped rapping and they left mad. The battle that was at this place across from State of the Union, I forget what it was called and everything. And it was like Fengsai U and J or HL and John Moon the battle as well with Sun Tzu, and that was fun because just the stuff that John was saying to the dude, and I was just like, and then HL went up and was saying stuff to the dude. I was just like, yo, man, my boys is dope. My family's dope. State of the Union, the night when we had a show with the Infinite Loop and everything as well. That was a fun show.
Yeah.
Just hanging out, really. Like truthfully, it was more so just hanging out there. There was no moment.
How about your experience with the Lifeline at Nyala? Can you recall that time?
Trying to. I was talking about that to with Jay yesterday, last night and everything. And we were like, I don't know.
DC.
I don't know. It's the experience itself felt great. So we was talking about how the Florida Lifeline was going back then, when it was in DC, and we were just like pretty much the flow was got to a point where we are all hosting in the same night, and no one's talking about it. We know who's behind us playing. We're aware of that, and people are taking turns also. You got a free transition thing going on. You're hosting. Sometimes I might jump in and do like a little sketch, whatever it is, sketch. Jamal might jump in. John might jump in. Philly would jump in. It was just a vibe. It was probably the most amazing vibe that I've ever seen. And when you guys took it to New York, that vibe to New York, I'm pretty sure you probably had motherfuckers geeking like this, like, oh, this shit is crazy. What is this? They probably used to having a DJ or a band, but y'all brought out the machines and everything and made it happen there.
It was pretty different in New York. We set it up more like we did in Nyala, but it wasn't. It was more of like an open mic per se. So people got to rock or whatever. I know in Nyala, it felt more of like when you were there, it felt like a jam session almost, because different things were going on. We did have we were hosting it, but at the same time, different people were coming up hosting and emceeing and playing beats. So it was crazy, man.
Yo, I didn't realize the people who were there until you guys told me in the meeting. Until I overheard it. I got to know that there were certain people coming through. I was like, wow, we had what became celebrities or bigger people or popular people, come to that stuff. I had no idea.
Oh yeah,
dope, man. The Lifeline.
Yeah, we did, and we had no idea.
Remember the time?
No, only Alan knew who they were.
Remember the time when I was dating a seer? And we was waiting for HL, and we was all looking for him, and she was like, he'll be here. Something happened to his kids, and then so we pour libation at a tree. She leaves a libation and everything all around there. Then all of a sudden, HL shows up, like, yeah, man, sorry, man, kid, and we were like, I remember that part.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Man.
Let's talk about your current release, The Day Before. Who did you work with?
Next one's from Chicago. If you haven't heard Next One, anybody out there, you can find them on Bandcamp. You can find them on any social media site. You can find them on streaming sites like iTunes, Spotify, whatever. Next One is dope. Next One's been around Chicago producing for more than 12 years. So I met him back in the SoundCloud days, back when SoundCloud was tight. Was more family oriented. So I met him back then, and he produced it. Of course, Nice is part of W.O.L.M, so Nice is on 2 songs, and Rashad's on 2 songs. Yeah, so pretty much it's don't even buy it. I just want to say this really quick, yeah.
Well, okay. So where can they hear the album?
Definitely. Spotify, you can hear it on Apple Music, whatever it is. You can go to Bandcamp if you want to buy it. Go to Bandcamp and buy it. But however, just stream it, yeah. I'm working on something new right now. I want to focus more on streaming, just to learn how it works more often. So if anybody listening can help with that too, so if you see something by W.O.L.M on your streaming service, play it. I'm curious to see how it keeps track of everything. And the more you guys do it, the better it is. Exactly. Sorry, Chuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Don't. It is what it is, man.
Right.
And with that, the reason why I feel like that behind it is because I want to say that there was 9 songs for that, and Rashad came into town to record all those 9 songs. Because of that particular Mac crashing, we couldn't put the shit out.
Damn.
I couldn't find the other songs, so that's why I'm like, Okay. Next one added 3 instrumentals to it.
Check it out anyway on Bandcamp.
Check out Lettuce, yo. And Breathe is coming out soon too. Check out Breathe, Amphbns.
Yeah. You have an upcoming release, Aloe Vera?
Yeah, now that's the one I'm going to focus on. Yeah, that's the one I'm going to focus on. That's with Bridge or SP Methods. Aloe Vera is actually already out as far as the instrumental on his on SP Method's new album on Spotify, iTunes, wherever you want to find it, Audio Mac. The joint I'm doing with Bridge is more about mental health and the heart, and that's what I'm gonna focus on now. Because like I said, like the day before is the day before. It's fucking old. That's why I call it that shit. But the shit I'm doing with Bridge and everything, and in the future I'm doing with Shufflejack, also with D Tunes, and 2 songs with YU, is different. The focus is different than how it was. So yeah, so Aloe Vera is just about telling somebody like, yo, I'm healing. Fuck off. I'm doing my best. Let me just do my best.
When is that supposed to be released?
I just fill most of the stems. Honestly, probably not to the end of the year.
Okay.
I would say more like December.
So everybody look out for Aloe Vera, probably the end of the year. Word. So
Jamal is funny.
What new
I think
artists have you been listening to? Have you been listening to any new artists?
A lot. Of course, Nice is in here. I think so. Nice will definitely know fucking D Smoke, yo. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I'm a D Smoke fan now. I just like him. He's a mature dude who can, you know, good writing. Listen to wise. Okay, so because of my age, you might think I might say some rappers, I probably won't say them. So here we go. So listen to LP and Killer Mike, of course. You know, Run the Jewels.
Okay.
Their new stuff they put out. I do get in. I do like T.I.'s newer stuff a bit, ish, depending. But he's not new. I get it. He's older, but it's just new music. Of course, Griselda. I really prefer Conway the Machine Gun, you know, and Benny.
Yeah, they're the most lyrical of the crew.
Yeah, to me definitely. I don't know, man. W.O.L.M.
Okay. How about local artists?
Oh, of course. EXO, for sure. His album came out this year along with Priest, but EXO's shit is dope, yeah. Uptown EXO's I got a dope joint out. And Priest as well too. Priest has been really making an impact, and I like him. Because we've been hitting the scene. It was growing this year before COVID started. That whole quarantine happened. ADST as a producer, as a businessman, honestly, like ADST is dope. He's a dope producer. Like he really is in that scene, you know. Like he's there. Of course, Choppy, Choppy, without a doubt, Choppy, man. He ain't got to rap. That dude just got music, really good music, and Jamal should probably hit them up.
Yeah.
I like Spaceman's new album. Brian Spaceman or Solid Space.
Sounds like a lot of good music out there.
A lot of good stuff out there, man.
A lot of good music. What's the future for W.O.L.M?
For W.O.L.M?
Yes.
You're gonna get money and get old. Who would call me right now? That's weird. Spam. Now the future for W.O.L.M. I don't know, dude. I'm trying to figure this out. I really don't have a plan.
Okay. Well, we'll just go day by day, right?
Yeah, I had a plan years ago, but
okay.
I just want to make some really fucking good music, figure out the proper way to push this shit, know who to use for promotion and marketing, really connect with Nice more often, and not just have songs with just me being solo, because that's one thing I hate doing when we do live shows. Plus, Nice can rap his ass off. Like, Nice can rap.
Right,
so,
right.
All
right.
Yeah.
Can you explain the concept of the Amphbns freestyle tape? Go ahead. You were in a lot of sessions, so that's why I ask you.
Yeah, Jay and I discussed that last night too. I don't know. Like, we don't know. Like, yo, it was just because I remember when we used to go to Zach's house in Maryland and just do sessions out there. I don't know. It was you know, Euclid Street. It was just like, yo, somebody playing something dope, somebody vibing to it, somebody recording it. That's what it is. It's just a bunch of like really good, cocky, young people making music.
Yep. And were songs made from those freestyle tapes?
I don't know.
We'll have to see. Well,
I
we'll
recall
definitely
doing
have to
something
see, right?
with Trevor. I recall doing songs with Zach. I recall doing a lot of my songs with Jay, but it wasn't even songs. It was just freestyle stuff with him, and
Right.
he turned them into songs.
So, we have been featured on a German Youth in America documentary. How was that like?
Looking back at it, I feel like we got very exploited. Looking back at it, like when I watched it again, like you have a clip on your Vimeo. I felt like we got exploited like a motherfucker. In the process, it was fun. We were young, but yeah, man, I was a mannequin. I was standing next to a mannequin inside downtown locker room, right, or something like that.
That's because they made you do it.
Right, being like, it was kind of weird.
Do you still have the video?
It's on your page. It's on your Vimeo page.
No, I'm asking you if you had the video.
Oh, nah.
You never got a copy?
Man. I got a copy, but yeah, I use that as payment.
Which songs do you remember recording with the Amphbns?
None. Cosmic Elephants.
And who was that with?
That was with I don't want to say his name wrong. It's Aya Gibbs, not John. Aya.
Who produced the song?
The most memorable song for me is "Empty Your Cup."
Yes.
Your cup is good.
Very classic song. Hopefully we can put that out. Hopefully.
Nah, I'm about to with that. And then other stuff like that was with Zach, Jay, and Trevor.
Right.
I did a few stuff with Jay. I did maybe a couple with Zach. Maybe just one. That was one with D-Mop. And then Trevor.
And Trevor. Okay. Have you done any songs recently?
Yeah.
Have you done any songs recently with any Amphbn members?
Oh yeah, you're right. It's a song with Ghost and Rashad called Iron Mac. That's also going to be in that project with SP Methods, not SP, SP Methods, along Alabama. Bridge produced the beat. Anything else with anybody produced it on it?
Let's talk about. Okay, let's move back a little. Let's talk about Empty Your Cup. Do you remember that session? Do you remember who was on Empty Your Cup?
Yep.
Go ahead. Name them.
Well, there's one guy who should probably be around more often, and some people don't like hearing his name. Oh yeah, man.
It's okay.
Scott should be here, man. Like Cyrus should be here, you know. Cyrus. Like, come on, dude. Baking soda.
Baking soda? You were on it?
People don't know raps or is an MC. Slim Cat 78.
Yes. Yeah, definitely Slim Cat 78 was on there. Me and my brother were on there. It was we recorded it at Tony Blackman's house.
I know.
It was one of like the 7 songs Cyrus did that day.
And she came home, and we were the kids being like, "You gotta hear this song."
Yeah. Big up to Cyrus for making the beat and making that happen. It was a very creative night, I must say, because we were all at Tony's house recording.
Yep.
Anything else you want to say about it?
Nah, it was dope. I don't know, man. Like, truthfully, seeing some of those pictures is crazy to me because I don't remember those pictures.
Right.
I had no recollection of any pictures at all. That's in our drive. No recollection of those
I
moments.
don't think there were any pictures of that day, of that recording session. I just
All I see is the
remember.
living room and us sitting on the floor. You know, and just occupying Tony Blackman's living room, dining room space.
Yes. Thank you, Tony Blackman, for letting us use your house to record.
Honestly, if I didn't meet the Freestyle Union and Tony and everybody, I would have met the Amphbns. And
Right.
truthfully, I would never have had, well, I don't know, but that drive to even be continued to still push right now would never have happened. You
Right.
know, I think you guys were one of the, I would say the Amphbns specifically were one of the best parts that happened in my life back then. You know, and that was like a push. You know, because even when shit happened in between that whole leaving DC to New York and back around and everything, to Texas, Miami, and everything,
Right.
the the brotherhood and the way we built ourselves as individuals is what really made me well allowed me to survive that shit with honor.
Yeah.
Do it the
I
right
mean,
way.
big up to Freestyle Union. We were all part of Freestyle Union, pre-Amphbns. And actually, they gave us that push to be Amphbns, which was really dope. And you know, I'm not gonna front. I love those times because a lot of MCs. There's so many MCs in DC, Maryland, Virginia. It is nuts, crazy. Um,
And
and
somehow the freestyle, all of them, you know.
hopefully we can hear. And it's funny that Slim Cat comes in here right now, and people are surprised that we revealed that Slim Cat can rhyme. That dude can rhyme his ass off. I don't know if he was on the mic. You know, he even rhymed with the Roots in New York. It's
Yep.
so fucking crazy. Like, you know, that dude got a dope voice, and yeah, man. I'm gonna put it out there, Zach. People gonna be
Yep.
asking you to spit a bar or
Yep.
something. You better spit. All right.
And one thing I want to mention in this
Go ahead.
interview, really, when you mentioned the Lifeline earlier, I forgot to say also, like, there is a version of the Lifeline now that is founded off of the original Lifeline's, you know, heart, you know, foundation, what it is. So people, anybody who's watching who isn't already aware of it, stay tuned for the Lifeline. You'll see more of that on Instagram.
Yeah,
Lifeline,
definitely.
you know.
Yeah, check it out because the Lifeline has begun again. So check it out on actually whose page should they check it out on?
You want to go to Lifeline_DC.
There you have it.
Lifeline_DC.
All right. Going towards this question, what would you pass to the younger generation who want to be part of the culture?
What would I do? What's it? Sorry, truck.
Who would like what would you pass on to the younger generation?
Quit now. Dude, do school, find a craft that's not music. If you're good at building stuff, build something. You're a business person, do that. You know, yeah, do music, but do it for fun. And if it works out, it works out. But yeah, you know,
All right.
that's if you don't want to sell it. But,
So
and that's if you don't want to sell out.
where can people find you on social media?
Nowhere, son.
You better tell them your Spotify.
Oh, it's just WOLM. Oh yeah, WOLM. Yeah. Okay, so we're a WOM, World of Light Media, WOLM. And by the way, when you go on Spotify, you're gonna put it in. It's gonna show you a little page, and if you don't already know who we are, it's gonna make you say "See our artist." Scroll down, and you'll see WOLM. It's W0 or WOLM, and blah 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 blah. You listen to it. Can't buy it on Spotify. Keep playing it, putting in playlists, pass it on. Some songs are dope. Some songs is like, I get it, you know. Everybody's doing that kind of stuff nowadays. You put up some dope songs or some, just songs to put up. All right, so yeah, you find on WOLM, YouTube, WOLM, but for some reason, CD fucking baby, when they put the shit up on YouTube on yesterday, they put W.O.L.M, which is weird. Because that was our old way of song.
You need to fix that.
Yeah.
All right.
But then that happened. But yeah, so just look up WOLM, WOLM.
Also, you can find Shamir on the Amphbns joint as well.
Yeah. It's spelled MAPHIBANS.
Yes.
AMPHBANS, y'all. Like seriously, if you go to the Amphbns page and then find the user, you're gonna find so much stuff from Slim Cat on there. Some lot of those stuff from Bridge on there. Check it out, y'all.
Yeah, check it out. And Shamir, thank you very much. This was a dope interview. Sorry for the technical difficulties in the beginning. And,
sorry for that.
And look out for W.O.L.M, y'all. Look out for Nice and Shamir doing the
nice
thing.
and smooth.
Nice and smooth, Well,
now, you will see more of us when I decide that it's time for it to happen, guys. Sorry to be so vague on this interview, but it's just not there yet. I hop, you hop, motherfuckers.
That's what's up. Any questions from the audience before we go? Any questions you want to ask Shamir?
I know Spirit has some.
Spirit has some questions. Oh yeah, tune in next week. We're gonna have Slim Cat 78. Slim Cat the rapper, Slim Cat the producer.
Slim Cat to everything, man. Businessman, the man with the vinyl.
Yep, the man with the beats. If you haven't checked out Slim Cat on Spotify, you need to. Beatstrumentals 1 and 2. Everything, man.
He said bust a freestyle. All right.
Go ahead.
Are you serious? How much time we have?
We have a little bit of time. Go ahead.
All right, so I don't have any beats to freestyle to, but anyway, you want to be a fucking battle rapper shit. Like, anyway. So most time the hindsight of the beat is like Spirit asking you to rhyme and it's incomplete. It's like, can you put food and really eat? It's like most of the time I'm just like building up my feet from the ground up. How do I stand trying to be a man hanging out there dealing with an uppercut? While most of the cats strive to struggle, I just live to strut. While most cats thrive with the hustle, I just be laying low like, what's up? Just waiting for the time to erupt. Time for the most of the pawns that want to be out there while dealing on a pond that's corrupt. I just don't know what that meant. I'm just trying to say something that exempts and beats a rhyme with it. Like Joey stopped beatboxing with a time to it. And if that was on a bus, it'll be on some Buster bus. And I couldn't rap that fast if I wanted to.
You got a question, Shamir?
What's up?
Okay, here it is. Where does he get his inspiration to perform? Where do you get your inspiration to perform? This was by...
Because that's all we did was we perform when we did songs.
No, what's your inspiration?
It was because we performed more than we did songs. So that's why after the Amphbns thing, I just wanted to perform.
Okay.
Because we, at the Amphbns and Freestyle Union and everything, we performed more than we did songs, even the North Tribe, with Nice and Scar and them and everything, and that natural. Because I was around that, and that's what I was always doing. So when it came time to, I just like doing shows. I just like performing. It just feels good. It feels fun. Like it should happen.
Here's another question. How is it like dating a seer?
It was because we were young. It was interesting, but it was definitely it was a lot of stuff taught. A lot of stuff taught. I learned about my ancestors through that person, and more of myself.
I said that right?
A seer.
Yeah, I said that right.
Yeah, Alan. There was a time where I went home and saw the Aaron Monster coming out, You know, after getting like, you know, his whole like, you know, the divinity stuff and everything, you know, the coconut shells and stuff like that. So yeah.
Interesting. Come on, y'all. Come with these questions, y'all. I know y'all got questions. Anyway, anyway, I think we are good. So thank you once again. Check out Shamir's page, Spotify, his music and everything. And of course,
W.O.L.M.
WOLM.
On Instagram, it is 2 skinny black guys. But just put in Shamir, you'll find me.
All right.
Peace to Nice, Jamal. Peace to Mecca. Peace to C Popular. And peace to Joe Villa. Peace to the Amphbns of General. Peace to fucking Jack. Peace to Alan Page, aka SPIRIT. I like that one. Yeah, y'all. Peace, y'all. Everybody have a good night, y'all.
All right. Have a
Peace
good night. All right.
Blessings.
Peace, y'all. Peace.
Peace, y'all.